This is a oil in the frame Triumph T120R, and similar to the TR6R that I had here not long ago. I got it fired up after getting sparks back and cleaning the carburetors out, which were full of filth. The points were earthed, luckily preventing the engine starting, because when I did get it going, the oil light was on and staying on, so I didn't run it for perhaps even a minute. Switched it off and checked a few things. Checked the oil pressure relief valve down there, dismantled that and took it apart. That was all okay. So I got rid of the oil pressure switch and stuck this gauge on instead and tried it again. Well, in fact, I started off with this gauge because the scale on this one, 100 psi, is there, you know, so I thought I'd put a more sensitive one on to start with to see if there was any pressure at all. This one only goes up to 30 psi, so you know it'll pick up low pressures if there's any, and to my horror there was no pressure at all. So I had the seat open and I could see the oil was getting pumped back into the tank, but still something wasn't right, so best not to run the engine, and I took the timing cover off. And it turns out there's a bit of a story there, because the timing cover that was on this engine originally was borrowed for another bike. And this timing cover was bought new and fitted to it, but whoever fitted it didn't realise that you had to have an oil seal in it on the end feed to the crankshaft for the oil to get pumped in, so there was no oil getting pumped to the crankshaft. Luckily they'd also fitted the points wrong and they were earthed, so there was no sparks, so they couldn't get the engine to start. So I think this is a lucky bike, and we'll fire it up now and see that there's fantastic oil pressure on it, and it sounds great as well. I think the mileage on the clock, 8,811, probably being original. Apart from the timing cover, I think this engine's been unmolested since it left the factory. It's a lovely engine. Let's fire it up. Even at a very slow tick over like that, admittedly cold, the oil pressure is about 80 psi. Tick over actually puts me more in mind of a BSAA 65. Not often you hear a twin carb Triumph ticking over like this. This one's a cracker. Someone's in for a treat if this becomes available. Wouldn't mind it myself, but I'd probably get in a lot of trouble. Lovely bike.